I'm Rebecca, and this is meditation. Welcome. We're going to go ahead and get started. So I'm muting everyone, except me, hopefully. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm back from my vacation, and it's just an unsettling time. We feel like, at least I feel, I shouldn't speak for anyone else, I feel like things are still so unsettled, like we don't really know what's going on. And that creates, a little chaos. It creates a little friction. So how do we proceed? Step by step, being present to what is under our feet, what we know is real and true, things, what we know we can trust. And how do we keep our focus? By taking the next right action, and then the next, and then the next. So I wanted to, we'll get into a deeper meditation in a moment, but I wanted to just talk a little bit about meditation seats. We haven't talked about that in a little while. And I just wanted to remind people that when you take your seat to meditate, you are joining a lineage that extends back many thousands of years. You are becoming part of that lineage of meditators, and all of the knowledge and all of the energy and all of that information gets brought to you so that you can also make it manifest in the world. When we sit to meditate, we can sit up in a chair. I'm sitting in a chair right now. I want to make sure that I can sit up tall, right? So we don't want to be slumped. We want to be awake. And if you're seated, well, we want to be awake regardless, but if you're seated, you want to sit up tall, have your feet solidly touching the ground, have a place to rest your hands so your arms and shoulders can relax, maybe on your lap. I have a desk in front of me, so I sometimes rest there, or on the arms of my chair. You can also sit on a cushion on the floor in a cross-legged position. You can sit in Virasana on your knees with a meditation bench. For my own personal practice, I do both of those. Or you can, of course, be lying down and having a long spine on the ground, and making sure that this is an awake practice, right? This is not a sleeping practice. So in talking about the meditation seat, you'll sometimes hear the instruction to be still, not to move. And for me, that means taking a moment to get yourself settled, right? Get your hair out of the way if you have hair, and whatever you have to do. And then suffer the itches and twitches that come beyond that, right? So you notice something, you have a little irritation. Can you stay with it and breathe and see if it fades away? Because often it will. However, if you're seated and you're in pain, if your back starts to hurt, if your knee starts to hurt, if your shoulders start to hurt, please move. Please change your position, because you're not meditating if you are stuck in that cycle. And especially if there's something you can do about it to get more comfortable. So please take good care of yourself. Make this a nourishing practice. It doesn't always make us feel better, meditation. Sometimes it brings up a lot. And that's the intention in this style of meditation, insight meditation, vipassana. So it doesn't always make us feel better, but we should feel at least comfortable, at least clear. Okay, enough of my preaching about logistics and setup. So today I wanted to talk just a little bit about creating a Sanculpa. In yoga philosophy, there's this concept of a Sanculpa. I'll put the word in the chat so people will know what I'm saying. Sanculpa. And a Sanculpa is a sacred vow that's formed in the heart. A Sanculpa, it's kind of like a resolution, but it's really something more personal that is really heart-centered. And we use it to repeat in meditation, like planting a seed of something we want to make manifest. This concept of a Sanculpa comes from the Vedas, an ancient text, and it is a call to awaken. Yoga teacher Rod Stryker said that a Sanculpa should speak to the long arc of our lives, our dharma, our overriding purpose for being here. When we meditate, we often choose an anchor, the breath. We've talked about this a lot. Maybe it's the breath or a sensation or a mantra that we repeat, something to keep us focused, something we return to again and again. Our Sanculpa, our sacred heart vow, can be a port in the storm. So to find our Sanculpa, we quiet the mind and connect to the heart, to discover our most heartfelt desire, what we wish to bring into our lives and the lives of others. It is aspirational, and yet we state it as an I am statement, as if it were already true. I am present. I am listening. I am pursuing peace and justice. Personal. In a moment, I will lead us into a meditation to help us listen to our heart. But first, let's get grounded. So finding that meditation posture, maybe it's sitting up tall, in a chair, on the floor, on your knees, or lying down. And beginning to notice the ground beneath you, the firm support of your cushions, of your floor, your chair. This is all our representation of the earth, right? So imagine that you are sitting or lying right on the surface of the earth. With each exhale, see if you can settle just a little more deeply into this surface, finding a real connection, allowing gravity to lovingly hug us, keeping us from spinning off into the atmosphere. And against gravity, as we inhale, we lengthen, we grow tall with an awake, enlivened spine. Each inhale is an expansion, an opening. Each exhale is a gentle contraction or release. So noticing your environment, what you feel beneath you, soft and squishy or firm and cool, or something else. If your eyes are still open, what do you see around you, in front of you? Can you notice textures, patterns? You can take a soft gaze or let your eyes close. I'll keep my eyes open. And then begin to notice the sounds in your space. Discerning which sounds are close by and which are further away. Can you notice the sound of your breath inside your body? Drawing your attention more deeply inward. feeling the breath move through the body. You don't have to change it. It doesn't have to be deeper or longer or any different than it is. Just to some awareness. And if breath focus is difficult for you, pick another sensation, what you feel under your fingertips, a sound that you hear. Just something to return to, a focus, an anchor. With each exhale, softening, connecting. With each inhale, opening, expanding. We'll take 5 breaths. And after your 5th exhale, allow your breath to deepen and slowly feel your edges coming back in to the room, blinking your eyes open. And so we use this grounding meditation in order to quiet the mind, to quiet the functions of the body so that we can drop in. We start with mindfulness of body. We move to mindfulness of breath. And then ultimately that can lead us to mindfulness of mind. And in this case, for today's meditation, mindfulness of what's in our hearts. So for this creation of your sacred vow, your Sanculpa, we use a mudra, which is a hand position. So turn your left hand palm up. You can rest it on your lap or wherever you're resting your hands. And then bring your right hand on top of it, palm down, almost like we're holding our own hands. And then I'm holding this up so you can see, but you'll let it rest. And we'll take a moment to drop back in to our meditation. And I will lead you into the process of listening for your Sanculpa. So take the mudra or let it go if it's not comfortable. And then begin to settle once again. As we drop into meditation, it becomes muscle memory. Our body recognizes what we're doing, and we can drop in that much quicker. Settling the body, quieting the mind, and connecting with the heart. Can you imagine that you are breathing in and out right from the center of your heart? We sometimes picture a lotus flower that blossoms as we inhale and gently retracts as we exhale. Breathing in and out from heart center. Begin to ask yourself, what do I want to make manifest? What do I want to create? Let's take several breaths in and out of heart center, posing the question. What is my heartfelt desire? We'll take several breaths, listening to the small, still voice inside, the voice of your divine heart. listening for this I am statement. We'll take some time in quiet. What is your sacred vow? I am. Begin to deepen your breath, bringing small movements into fingers and toes. When you feel ready, bring palms together and begin to rub. Rubbing faster and faster to create some heat, some friction. And then release and cup your eyes, feeling the warmth penetrating, dissipating. When you're ready, blink your eyes open and slowly release, hands down. We'll seal this practice with one chant of Om for the community we create when we practice together. If you'd like to join, bringing hands to heart center, we'll inhale. Om Shanti, peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Thank you for sharing your practice with me and with each other.